Welcome to the Housing Needs Dashboard, an interactive research tool that showcases data on key housing metrics and indicators in communities across California. You can quickly get to the dashboard by hovering over Research and Publications in the navigation menu and then pressing Housing Needs Dashboard, or by selecting Data Tools among the quick links at the top right. Once you've reached the dashboard, you'll see that it has two main functions. One, it assembles and visualizes the latest available administrative data, U.S. Census data, and real estate data on housing need, market conditions, federal and state funding for affordable housing, and production and preservation trends. And two, it gives users the ability to actually use this data in their communities, in their work, and in their decision making. The California Housing Partnership has created reports on housing needs since 2014 for a limited number of geographies, and now users can access this data and much more for all 58 counties of California and 7 subregions. Here's what you need to get started. First, the default view for the Housing Needs Dashboard is an introductory splash screen, where you're provided with an overview of the dashboard itself and the option to select the geographies you're most interested in exploring. You can pick one county or region, perhaps where you live, or you can select several at once, up to 4, by using the drop-down menu or making your selections in the map itself. You can also select California if you'd like a statewide comparison. When you're ready, press See Results. Now, you'll notice that the geography selector remains fixed on the left-hand panel of the screen. If you'd like to change geographies at any point, you can do so here by using the drop-down menu or the map. You can also quickly remove geographies by pressing the blue X button to the right of the geography's name. The data is organized into 4 different tabs: Housing Need, Market Trends, State and Federal Funding, and Production and Preservation. Each of these categories features 2 to 4 key housing indicators. You can click through each category to see the different charts and tables available. Within each section, selected charts can be toggled on and off. There are a few important features worth highlighting. The first is that each graphic is interactive. You can hover over a segment of the graph with your mouse cursor, or tap on it when on a touchscreen device to learn more about the underlying data. So here I can see the exact values for each funding source. You can also zoom into the graphic if you want to see a certain segment of the data more clearly. All you have to do is click and drag the cursor to draw a rectangle around the section of information you're interested in seeing more closely, and it will zoom in. On a touchscreen device, you can pinch and zoom within each chart. To return to the original view, simply press Reset Zoom. You can also download each graphic by pressing the Download Chart button. It saves as a PNG image file that you can add to a report or a slide deck or share with a colleague. If you want to download all of the graphics for a geography, press this Download button on the left side of the screen. To the left of the chart download button is an information icon, the eye enclosed in a circle here, which provides a pop-up with more information about each graphic, including the graphic's methodology and data sources. Another key feature is the ability to compare data across multiple geographies. As I mentioned before, you can add and remove geographies using this sidebar on the left-hand side. Every time you select a new geography, the graphics stack on the page in the order you selected them. So I'll see the indicators for California first. Then when I scroll down, I'll see Sacramento counties, and then right below that is San Diego County. Now, this view is great if you want to see all of the indicators at once, but it can be a bit crowded if you just want to compare one across multiple geographies. Using the checkboxes back in the top navigation tab, you can select and deselect specific indicators. So let's say you'd like to compare the state funding graphic for these 3 geographies. Simply uncheck state and federal funding, and it will be removed from view from all geographies. That way, you can more clearly compare the metrics you're most interested in. The dashboard also contains historical trend data. The default view for most graphics is the most recent year of data, like the shortfall graphic and the cost burden graphic here. Some compare to a baseline year, like in the state and federal funding graphic. Others look at 10 or more years of data, like in the state-only funding graphic. For the 1 and 2 year charts, you can view historical versions by selecting Historical here. As you can see, this transforms the state and federal funding graphic so you can see the last decade of data. At any point, if you want to refresh the checkbox and drop-down selections you made back to their original or default state, you can click the Reset Geographies and Charts button in the left sidebar. The last feature we'd like to highlight is the Download Report function. Pre-designed 4-page county reports are housed directly in the dashboard. Press the Report button here beside the geography name, and the report will open in a new tab. You can then download it and print it or share it with your network for advocacy or informational purposes. Page 1 of these reports highlights key data findings. Page 2 and 3 show core housing needs indicators from the dashboard itself. And the last page has our data sources and methodology, as well as policy recommendations for the state to take action in light of the trends and challenges highlighted in the dashboard. The California Housing Partnership is eager to grow and develop the Housing Needs Dashboard over the coming months. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let us know by submitting them using the link in the left sidebar. If you'd like to learn more about the methodology and data sources powering the dashboard, click on the Methodology hyperlink here. Join our mailing list to receive updates on the dashboard, including notifications about new data sets, expanded functionality, and information on other research produced by the California Housing Partnership to help create and preserve affordable and sustainable homes in California. Thanks for tuning in.